right behind him, right on his tail. Ligas in the corners closes. Borchetta's got a little bit more top end on the straightaway and has been able to keep Ligas at bay at the start. But it's a good classic battle between the Corvette and the Jaguar. That Jaguar is immaculate.
A 4/10 of a second difference between Borchetta in the Corvette and the Ligas Jaguar XKE. Third place car, 5.5 seconds back. That is Jeff Lindstrom in the Ford Mustang Coupe. But it is the Chevrolet Corvette and Jaguar XKE, just as you called it yesterday. You had those two cars.
And it is a two-way car battle, though, that we can watch it here on the screen with Borchetta, with Ligas right behind him. Maybe a 1/10 of a second spread between those two cars. Borchetta, as I mentioned, opens it up just to maybe a couple of more tenths of a second on the straightaways, and then Ligas closes on him in the turns. The battle of horsepower and handling between the lead car, Borchetta, and Ligas. And Ligas goes to the outside, looking for a pass, and they are side by side, and it is Ligas by half a car length, and Ligas takes over the lead as they go by the cement factory. And we get a drone shot of Ligas now leading Borchetta down the straight. And Borchetta closes on Ligas as they get into the turn. But Ligas fights him off with a real tight line. Ligas opens up 2/10 of a second over Borchetta. Borchetta stomps on it. Brings that car right up behind Ligas. Ligas now enjoying maybe 2/10 of a second over Borchetta as they go into onto the back straight. But this is where Borchetta might be able to catch Ligas as they storm down that back straight.
Yeah, I think the horsepower of that Corvette would come into play here with the Jaguar XKE maybe coming through turn 16 and 17 with the handling. We'll watch to see as they come out of Sunset Bend. 05 is Scott Borchetta, the Chevrolet Corvette, and Larry Ligas in the 61, the Jaguar XKE.
Borchetta making a move to the inside as they go into Sunset Bend, and Borchetta with a run on Ligas. They go through the bend side by side. It's a half a car length lead by Borchetta. Borchetta holds on the half end. Ligas goes wide, but that is a good line for that XKE. But as they cross the finish line, it's going to be Borchetta in the lead and Ligas back in second again with 2/10 of a second separating those two cars.
Jeff Lindstrom is running in third, Paul Toombs in fourth, and Bob Lima fifth. Lindstrom in the Ford Mustang Coupe leading in the 12 MP3 category. Then Paul Toombs in the Chevrolet Camaro, and Bob Lima in the Chevrolet Corvette. That rounds out the top five, Ed.
Borchetta enjoying his widest margin so far over Ligas. It looks like he's picked up about 3/10 of a second and is extending that a little bit in the sweeper. But Borchetta and Ligas have run away from the rest of the field. You don't see the third place car or any of the rest of the field in the shot. But here comes third place now.
Jeff Lindstrom.
Jeff Lindstrom, and he's getting some pressure from fourth place. Paul Toombs. So three-car race for third.
First and second averaging exactly 96.0 miles per hour. That's how close they are, Ed. Borchetta in the 05 and Ligas in the 61. That three-car battle for third, the 68 of Lindstrom, the 3 of Paul Toombs, and the 33 of Bob Lima, with Gary Moore in 21 running in sixth overall. AP class leader is Scott Borchetta, the MP3 class leader Jeff Lindstrom, B-Prod being led by Bob Lima, TA being led by Gary Moore in the Mercury Cougar, and MP2 being led by Ray Zizza.
Working lap 3 of 8.
And it is a Corvette versus Jaguar battle.
And seeing it now as they go past the Michelin sign and come down the straight, it's Ligas behind Borchetta. And third place in view now, as the third place car is beginning to close to a certain degree, as he's got a lot of pressure. That three-car race for third place. Borchetta continuing to lead Ligas with that superior horsepower, but Ligas staying right in there with him in the XKE. As they come out of Sunset Bend, good race, Scott, for fourth place.
Yeah, that's between the Paul Toombs Chevrolet Camaro and Gary Moore in the Mercury Cougar. AP class car, the Chevrolet Camaro of Toombs. A TA class car, that is the Gary Moore Mercury Cougar. Those two cars separated by 0.4 of a second as they came by.
Jerry Robinson in car number 14 had hit a really bad bump and skidded to a stop coming out of the Sunset Bend. He has restarted.
Yeah, that is a really bumpy section down there for everybody, whether it be historic car or modern day car. They all talk about turn 17 and those bumps.
That car bottomed out, and it caused him to have to slam on the brakes and skid to a stop. We are at the halfway point, 4 of 8 completed.
Borchetta now opening up a 1.6 second lead over Ligas in the Jaguar XKE, with a large lead for second over the third place Jeff Lindstrom. However, Lindstrom having his hands full with Toombs and Moore. Toombs and Moore locked in their own battle for fourth and fifth. Chevrolet Corvette in first, Jaguar XKE in second, Chevrolet Camaro in third, and a Mercury Cougar in fourth, with a Chevrolet Corvette in fifth. 5 different makes of cars in the top 5.
Just watching car number 23 get by 4 cars. Where is 23 running?
That's Cloud. He's moved up into 7th.
Okay, Cloud is starting to move up through the field, muscling his way through it.
In fact, that is a impending TA battle. Gary Moore in the Mercury Cougar currently running in 5th overall, leading in the TA class. John Cloud, as Ed just said, moving up into 7th. He is second in the TA class, just 1 car separating them at the moment. Moore, though, has about a 15-second lead on John Cloud, but Ed, we've watched John Cloud for years drive a lot of different cars. This 23 Ford Mustang he purchased from Kurt Vogt, and that car has been dominant in the Trans Am class, as Cloud has won the 2018 and 2019 Bell Helmet National Championship for SVRA. Scott Borchetta coming by, Larry Ligas in second. As we're working lap 5, a 1.5 second spread that time by for Borchetta in the 05 over the 61 of Larry Ligas. Both of those are AP class cars, so running first, second overall, first, second in AP. Lindstrom running in third, leading in MP3. Trans Am of Gary Moore, the Mercury Cougar, leading in the TA class. Paul Toombs running in 5th, third in AP. John Cloud running 6th, second in TA. Good B-Prod class battle we have, only 0.4 of a second, separating the 2 Chevrolet Corvettes of Ron Ramsey in 8 and James Heck in 64. They run 7th, 8th overall, but that is for the B-Prod class win.
Five of 8 completed. Borchetta still in the lead, as he is lapping some slower cars and doing an excellent job of doing it. And I didn't see Ligas in that shot. What is the spread between 121? 1 minute and 25 seconds?
1.5 seconds.
1.5 seconds. Ligas sits so low to the ground that when you get a hit-on shot, he doesn't appear in the picture because Borchetta blocks him out. But Ligas is very much there as we get a good shot of that car coming out of Sunset Bend. And onto the front straightaway. Should get a spread this time around between Borchetta and Ligas.
2.3 seconds now as Borchetta begins to open up a little bit of breathing room over Ligas. 2.3 seconds, Ed.
Right. That little extra top end adds a little bit to the advantage of Borchetta each lap. Ligas has got to hope that Borchetta runs into some traffic to where he can close on him and stay with him through the corners.
Gary Moore coming by in the Mercury Cougar, still leading in the TA class. John Cloud in 7th. Or actually, he's moved up into 6th overall now, but still quite a ways behind Gary Moore for the TA class win. Still a very close battle for B production as they run 7th and 8th. Ron Ramsey in the number 8, James Heck in the 64 as they run 1st and 2nd in B production. So we're working 6 of 8, working 6 with 2 laps to go. It is Borchetta over Ligas, the 05 Corvette over the 61 Jaguar. Then Jeff Lindstrom running in 3rd overall in the Ford Mustang Coupe, that is 68. And Gary Moore in 4th overall now, leading in the TA class, the number 21 Mercury Cougar. Rounding out the top 5 is the 3 of Paul Toombs as he runs 3rd in the AP class in his Chevrolet Camaro. AP class leader is Borchetta. MP3 class leader is Lindstrom, as Lindstrom runs 3rd overall. TA class leader is Gary Moore in the Mercury Cougar. B production class leader, at least for the moment, is now it's James Heck. Heck now just taking over the B prod class lead from Ramsey on that lap. So Heck moves into the B prod class lead. MP2 class leader is Ray Zizza. Four-tenths of a second separating those two B prod cars, and not too far back is the 3rd of the B prod cars, is now Bob Lima beginning to be part of that 2-car race, making it a 3-car race. James Heck in 64 leads in B prod. That is a Chevrolet Corvette. In fact, all 3 of these B prod cars are Corvettes. The 8 of Ron Ramsey running 2nd, and the 33 of Bob Lima running 3rd. That is the best battle on the track at the moment. Just completing working lap 6, or check that, working lap 7 of 8 now as Borchetta comes by. A 2:17.9, Borchetta's best lap, an average speed of 97.6 miles per hour. Ligas 2.2 seconds behind Borchetta, still running 1st, 2nd overall, 1st and 2nd in AP. Those 3 B-Prod cars just going across the start-finish line, heading into turn 1. It is James Heck still in the lead. Bob Lehman now moving into 2nd in B-Prod in the 33. Ron Ramsey dropping to 3rd. Those 3 B-Production cars, once they have all been able to get together here, they have stayed together. James Heck in 64 leading. He runs 7th overall. Bob Lima in the 33 just moving into 2nd, 8th overall. And Ron Ramsey running 3rd in 9th overall.
Ligas has closed on Borchetta through the slower part of the track, was right on his tail. The last shot we had on the screen here. Here comes Borchetta with Ligas right behind him. Borchetta again opening up a little bit of a line on the straightaway. But Ligas getting some great exit speed as they come onto the front straight. The last lap sign being shown.
He is really closed up because it was 2.2 seconds at the start-finish line, and now they're, as you say, they're nose to tail.
Right. Borchetta is pulling out just a couple of tenths of a second down the front straight. As they go into 1, Borchetta has opened up about 2/10 of a second. Now they're in the slower part, 2, 3, and 4, and Ligas starts to close again. Again, it's handling and horsepower.
And we are working the checkered flag lap.
Borchetta hit it for the Corvette bridge, has opened up a little bit of an advantage, and now he's going to get on the fast portion of the track, which should give him the advantage, and does as they go down. We see him on the backside, or rather out of the Corvette bridge on that straightaway. into that tight right-hander. The XKE makes up a little time, picks up maybe 2 or 3/10 of a second, but still trailing. Borchetta with the advantage as we are working the checkered flag lap.
Drone shot from overhead really shows that advantage that the Corvette has on these straightaways. And as you say, Ligas really able to close up in the corners. We heard some tire squealing there as the Corvette trying to make that turn. Maybe got in a little bit too deep there.
Yeah,
so Borchetta pushing hard
to handle. Yeah, and Ligas made up some time on him, but I don't think he's going to be able to get by before that checkered flag comes out this time around.
Yeah, Borchetta pushing really hard. As looked like he may have missed his braking zone by just a tad there. Did get the car planted and turned. But it's Scott Borchetta leading over Larry Ligas as we're working the checkered flag lap. That B-Prod class battle, that's going to be decided here on the checkered flag lap as well. We have Heck leading over Lima and Ramsey.
Checkered flag is out and it goes to Borchetta. Ligas will finish second.
Margin of victory was 1.59 seconds between Borchetta in the 05 and Larry Ligas in the 61 Jaguar XKE. So Scott Borchetta takes the win over Larry Ligas, who finishes second. Jeff Lindstrom finishing in third in the 68. Gary Moore is going to take the TA win in the 21, the Mercury Cougar. Paul Toombs will finish in fifth overall in the 3. John Cloud in the 23 and the 6.